Proverbs chapter 25, verse 21 and 22. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord YAHAWASHI shall reward thee. I want to give praises and honor to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH, forgive me the spirit, to do this lesson. Okay, in this lesson, I'm going into burning coals on people's heads brings a reward. Burning coals on people's heads brings a reward. Okay, and that's very spiritual to understand once you really understand the benefit of that mindset. Okay, that mindset is very, very powerful because it really goes into trusting Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI. That's what it goes into. Okay, because you understand that your path is the path that he set and nobody else. All right, he said it. Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI set your path. Okay, so if you are in a situation where you need to burn coals on somebody's head, it's because Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI set it up. All right, now let's go back to Proverbs chapter 25. I'll read it again, verse 21 and 22. If thy enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee. Right. Okay, you overcome evil with good. Okay, that's another scripture. I'm not going to get it. I'm just quoting it, but you overcome evil with good. Period. And Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI is looking from heaven to see if you are doing that. That's a fact. Okay, we don't talk about this enough. All right, but through the spirit, we have to zone more into this because we are in a time where what? The love of many shall wax cold. People are losing their mind. Okay, people are losing their mind. Family is losing their mind. All right, so there's a certain way to carry yourself to show Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI that you are listening and that you trust Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI. All right, let's go to Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28. Okay, let's hop to 28. It says, he that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Right, no protection. All right, no protection. So it's clear that when you're not in the spirit of ruling your spirit, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI doesn't like that, man. Okay, they want to protect those who are able to rule their spirit and trust in them and not react so much to what other people do and what other people say. Okay, that's a fact. All right, because no matter what other people do, you are still responsible to do good. You're still responsible to do good. That doesn't change because of what somebody said or what somebody did you didn't like, or they irritate you, or you feel disrespected. It doesn't change what you need to do. Okay, period, man. I'm telling you, it's a very, very powerful spirit to burn coals, and you can feel the spirit on you. When you do that, you feel control. All right, in a good way, in the spirit, man. You're ruling your spirit and you can feel the fruit of it. You can feel it. Let's go into Matthew chapter 5. Let's start at verse 43. Ye have heard that it have been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. YAHWAHSHI is speaking. Okay, these are YAHWAHSHI's words. Okay, ain't we supposed to follow YAHWAHSHI? Okay, so listen to what he said. Ye have heard that it have been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. So YAHWAHSHI is saying this right now. Okay, his words, verse 45, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. Do you hear that? That you may be the children of your Father which is in heaven means what? We ought to act this way. That's how Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI wants us to act in the world. Okay, on the daily. Okay, I just read in Proverbs 25 chapter, it said the Father will what? He will reward you. There is a reward. Matter of fact, let me go back and get it. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 22. It says, for thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee. So there you go. There is a reward. Okay. Now back at Matthew chapter 5, verse 45 again, that you may be the children of your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. Right. Okay, now why is it saying that, man? All right, because we got to do the same thing. We got to do the same thing as the children of Yahawah. Okay, of YAHAWASHI. We got to do the same thing. Okay, people going to do what they do. People going to say what they say. But again, we overcome what? We overcome evil with good in the spirit of YAHAWASHI, not leaning to our own understanding. Okay, but through the teachings and the understanding of how we should act on the earth. Okay, verse 46, it says, for if you love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans do the same? And if you salute your brethren only, check this out. Again, Yahawashi speaking, and if you salute your brethren only, what do you more than others? Do not even the publicans so? Be you therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Right. Okay, so there is a way to walk on the earth in the spirit. When you talk about walking as the children of light, this is part of it. Okay, you can't X this out when you mention walking as the children of light. Now we understand the light in general, the spirit of understanding this truth, waking up. Okay, but it's walking with wisdom from the heavens, wisdom that comes from the throne, from the heavens. Okay, from YAHAWASHI. Period, man. There's nowhere around this. This has to be talked about more and more and more. It has to be, because Jake is dealing with all kinds of shit around them. Okay, Jake that believe, all right, and they need to be reminded how to act. What YAHAWASHI is looking at from the heavens. Okay, in these different situations that you find yourself in with other people. Okay, so burn coals on their heads, man. Trust YAHAWASHI. Understand that YAHAWASHI put those people in your path so that you can burn coals, so that you can exercise what I'm going into in this lesson. That's what it's for. You think it's just for no reason? Okay, who you think put that person there? Okay, that said this or did that. Who you think put him there? All right, you can say, well, Satan put him there. Okay, well, who you think gave Satan permission to put him there? Okay, so at the end of the day, it all goes back to YAHAWASHI. Okay, and when you think about the reward, all right, YAHAWASHI can reward you any way he wants to reward you. Okay, but one fact I do know that's rewarding is that you're not walking around pissed off all day thinking about what you need to do and get back at the person, this, that. You know why? Because the Lord gave you the spirit of calmness. He gave you the spirit to do the good. So you have a different mind frame. You have a different thought pattern. Okay, you ain't walking around depressed all day because of what somebody did and that person said, because you are overcoming evil with good, and you can feel the spirit that comes with it. There is a spirit from the heavens that comes with that. Okay, so I hope you're edified. I want to give our praises and honor to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, Akim, out there that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.